getting out of your comfort zone. If you think about something that you've been meaning to do, and a lot of people, I think a lot of women, they are missing a creative side of themselves, and they always say next year, next year, next year.
Well, after a while, we're so drained by everything taking a little bit.
That's the whole problem. That's the whole problem. We need to bring her back. That's the whole problem.
Quit jumping around with your hands.
I can't help it. I get it. That's
an
my
Italian thing.
That's what's draining you. Your arms are flying everywhere.
It's the Italian in her.
You know, it's draining me as boot camp.
I'll tell Charlie to take it easy.
Yeah.
I told Charlie you guys could shovel my driveway as a workout.
Ooh.
Oh, that really nice of you, Nate. Thanks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We both win in that scenario. I mean, Charlie and I.
Yeah, and the rest of us lose. Anyway, so like painting, don't be afraid. And that's Virginia. That's one of the big points that you've made tonight.
Right.
Is don't be afraid to start. And I met two artists today. I spent the afternoon at this International Women's Club meeting. And I was an art major and a PE minor, and I went on to get my master's degree in exercise physiology. But it made me mad at myself.
That you didn't do this?
That I didn't keep painting.
You would have made a wonderful painter.
You think?
I do.
It's not too late, is it, Virginia?
No, I was just going to say you should start doing it again.
I think maybe you ought to start with nudes. Because you have the physiology down. You have the, the body human. This is what you need to do. You need to start with nudes. And you don't have to start with the bottom. You can start with the top. Come on. Paint me a picture.
I'd rather start with flowers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or sailboats.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, those people were pretty inspirational. And so that's another thing. If you're going to write a book, go where there's writers. Go where there's other people working on projects. And there's so many different forums now. You don't have to physically go. You can go online. You can start a club, for goodness sake. And bounce. I know up north somewhere there's a club because there was a guy at a Chamber of Commerce meeting talking about it, how they help each other write. Like somebody, they write a lot of history, and they'll take turns doing research on certain things. And we're out there. Writers are out there. And online there's, well, look at LinkedIn. My God, there's so many places.
There are groups there for various groups for writers, and so lots of questions get fielded there.
That way you don't have to be going someplace. You can stay at home in your jammies and ask the questions.
But there's also something good when you can get out in person with other people. It's really energizing. Lots of libraries have writers groups, and so you should check your local library.
Yeah, but they don't have wine, do they?
It's bring your own, I think.
BYO?
Yeah, you got to put it in a coffee mug.
We have those with Divalution on them, too.
And I bet you they work, too.
They do. I've tested them. They don't spill either. So, at the library. No, I'm just kidding. I know. So, I was telling Virginia before I wrote this book by myself, and I didn't have anybody helping me market it. I pretty much had to do it by myself. I did book signings, and not very many people, I'm not going to lie, not very many people ever showed up. But I, and now I'm selling more, and as my name gets out there and as the second one comes, I'll sell more. But so I got invited to do this book, this compilation of female writers, and I was always against that until I really started thinking about I have all these women to help me. Oh, my friend Susan just sent me a picture of a painting I made her. That was funny.
She must have heard you then. You were talking about painting again.
Yep. And I have 30 or 29 other women help me market this book.
Exactly.
And they're already creating all this buzz, and it's going to come out on National Women's Day, which is March 8th.
Ooh, coming up now.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited about it. I'm really looking forward to see. I just want to experience what the difference is.
Oh, come on. If you got help, it should be
It's going to be really cool. They even edit and everything. I mean, not edit. They, help us perfect the chapters.
Is that an ebook too, or just
It's
paper?
an ebook, and it's also going to be in paper. And I'm trying to find the name of the group, and it was all over here earlier today, and of course now I can't find it.
Of course.
So I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be fun. So if you could give a budding author, memoir writer, somebody that wanted to leave a legacy, or somebody that wanted to write for other people to read, what bit of advice would you give them?
To get started, you mean? Or,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The very first thing is just start writing. Don't worry about perfection. Write first, edit later. And set aside some time every single day. And it may be a different time on different days depending on your schedule, but say I'm going to write for a half an hour or an hour a day. And put that in your calendar. Have that as a goal. It's right there. Every day you know that you are committed to that. And it's really good, too, to kind of think about how much you want to write during that time. Is it 1 page, 2 pages, so many words, 250 words? That's not a huge amount because it doesn't have to be perfect. You're not doing 250 perfected words. You're doing 250 words. So that gets the habit. And, it takes, about 30 days, they say, to get a habit really ingrained.
Yep.
So we have, about 5.5 weeks left of January and February. And here in Michigan, we're spending a lot of those hours inside. So it's really a perfect time to say, I'm going to give myself a jump start. For the next 5.5 weeks, I'm going to commit to writing every day and getting this memoir started.
So we'll be in March. So by March,
you'll have that habit.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. That's very good advice. I'm going to take that advice.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Hey, Juliana, you're our sponsor spotlight tonight. What do you do?
Hi, I'm Juliana Tacey. I do massage therapy. I do it all over in your home or in mine. I do hot stone therapy or manual therapy. I really enjoy it, and I do a pretty good job. I like it a lot.
You do. She does.
I do.
And how would we get in touch with you?
My phone number is 684-822-55.
Very good. And Virginia, so if I wanted to write a book and I was stuck, say maybe even I'm partway through, could I call you to help me?
Oh, absolutely.
And please give me that number so I can write it down.
Okay, they can call me at 734-751-0463 or go to my website, which is www.envision-associates.com.
We'll put that on our Facebook page.
Gotcha.
Great.
Envisionassociates.com. And can you give me that phone number again? 734-751-0463. Great. We'll put that on our Facebook page, too.
Great. Thank you.
Good. And we thank you so much for
coming and being
here. It was my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, we love when you're here. It's always very good.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. So the name of the book that the compilation is called Finding Global Unity in Social Communities. And it's all about empowering other women through our stories. And the story can be about anything, which I really like. It's just something that you found empowering that you think can help other people. So that's going to be really fun, I think. And I look forward to meeting some of those ladies. So we'll be talking about more than that. We'll be talking more about that in the coming months. So I want to tell you real quick about some things that are coming up tomorrow night. Did you know about this, Michigan Idol?
Oh, no.
We're having the youth edition of Michigan Idol. The adult, did you know about it?
Should I enter?
I think so. I'll pretend like I'm your mom. And did you know about it, Liberty? It's the youth edition. The adult edition was very well attended. It's every Wednesday night at Vino's Wine Warehouse. They're located at 510 East Midland Street here in Bay City. And W4 Divas is actually one of the sponsors, and I'm one of the judges, so I'm looking forward to that. Sign-up starts at 5:30. The contest actually starts at 6:30. If your child is between the ages of 5 and 7, they'll be welcome. So I think that's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Remember, she's a really tough judge, too.
I am. Yeah, you better be good.
Pay her off with wine.
Bottles and bottles of it. Speaking of wine, Vino is having a wine tasting, and this sounds really fun too. Bregman Brothers Winery. They have Bay City connections and have been producing world-class wines since 2010 on the Leelanau Peninsula. And one of the Bregman brothers, Robert, is actually going to be there on Thursday, January 29th. That's next week at 6:30. It's $35 each or $60 per couple. And it's going to be accompanied with tapas food items. And Robert, I guess he's the third brother, is going to be there. You can RSVP at 989-460-0661 and make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Divalution show. The other thing that we're really excited about is 51 Shades of Fusion, Ancient Rhythms. I'm doing the introduction to that, and I'm really excited about this. Linda Cervantes is all about empowering women physically and just giving them a different outlook on themselves, and she brings out their inner goddess.
I'm trying to find somebody to bring with me.
Yeah. You can sit with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Saturday, February 7th at the Prime Event Center at 1201 Washington Avenue right here in Bay City. Starts at 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7. All of the proceeds go to the Bay Area Women's Shelter and the Saginaw Underground Railroad, which is very generous.
Very generous.
She's a wonderful person. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is where we're going to be. We're going to be at
last January and
January 30th. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to be at the Stables, which is on Midland Street, also in Bay City. And we have vendors there in different stalls. We have a psychic. We have a lady that's going to do eyelashes and lips. We have a lady that does a little foo-foo to your hair. We have all kinds of vendors. You're going to be there doing chair massage.
Yep.
And, we have a blast, don't we?
I want to have Nate come. I want to see
Is this open to me? My eyelashes.
I was thinking that.
I just feel like they're not
all there, you know.
Well,
we
can get them.
Yeah.
We can get them, Nate.
Just not there.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry, Nate. We can help you.
Okay.
Anyway, it's really fun. We take over several of the stalls, and I made up a game even. We haven't played it yet. We haven't had to, but one of these days
We're stall hop, right?
We're
gonna go stall hopping. I got it.
My game is he said, she said.
Ooh.
Is the name of it. Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like
fun. Yeah. We haven't played it yet. We have a couple new shows coming up. We have Pat Horton, who is a sex therapist. His show is going to be starting on February 10th, and he's our guest that evening. And the name of the show is the Sexual Literacy Project.
I really do have to talk to this guy.
Oh, he's good. He's going to be on right after us.
This is very interesting.
Yep. We have replays of the Divalution show now on Saturdays and Mondays at 6. So if you miss us and you don't feel like listening to iHeartRadio, you can listen to W4 Divas and get those replays. I have a new show coming up called Diva Dialogue, and, I'm a life coach, and we're going to be incorporating a lot of that coaching in there. We're going to be talking about divorce, relationships, raising children. Phone calls will be welcome, and that's going to be starting in February, too. Next week is our special 2-hour show. We'll be celebrating our 1-year anniversary of the Divalution show.
Is that going to be on Tuesday night?
That's going to be on Tuesday next week.
Ooh.
And Josh is picking out some funny things that have happened, and it's going to be fun, I think.
Well, this is really good because, I would really like to interview you.
You would?
I would. Ask you about a few things.
You would?
I would.
You want to do it next week?
I think it sounds good.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
ask Josh to make time for it.
Well, just a few questions.
Like 3 minutes?
Oh.
5 minutes?
We'll see.
Well, Josh will let us do it.
We'll see
He
how many
lets us
questions
play.
I can come up with.
That's interesting. I don't know what to say to that. That'll be really fun, I think, though. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
saying that. What else do we have coming up here? We have I know there was something else I wanted to talk about.
Wine tasting?
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
I'm sure it'll pop in.
Yeah, but now's the time for it to pop in, and it's not.
Mm.
So, next week's show is that special. And then we're still talking